Amy Schumer handed him his ass when he was a young virgin nerd. She handed him his ass straight up and predicted this for his future.
Speaking of relationships.
Oh.
Corey.
What's up?
Our boy.
Oh, you know who Steven Crowder is?
I've never heard that name before in my life.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan either.
It's not the...
Do you know Steven Crowder?
Is that who you were talking about, Sohail?
Yes, yeah.
I know who he is. I don't listen to any of his stuff.
Okay, do you know who he is?
I just know he's the change my mind guy.
Yeah.
All right.
And I saw that video you showed me of Amy Schumer.
Amy Schumer handed him his ass when he was a young virgin nerd. She handed him his ass straight up and predicted this for his future. Now, do you have the video? Can you pull up the video of him talking to his wife? The abuse video.
Yeah, I'll pull it up.
It's fucking phenomenal. It's
like let's set up who's Steven Crowder. So walk me to real quick.
Well,
you do it.
Yeah, Steven Crowder is a conservative personality who I've always considered him a grifter. He's the change my mind guy.
He was a child actor on Arthur, and just like Ben Shapiro wanted to be like a actor and failed.
Like the cartoon?
Yep, he was Brain on seasons 4 and on of Arthur, like 7, the bad season.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever that is, I don't even know what that show is. But he ends up becoming, I think at 23 years old, he got on Fox News, faced off with Amy Schumer. He was a pure guy, going to wait till marriage. She was the whore that was, doing whore things. And they had a discussion. She kind of handed him his ass because he's 23, and she had a lot of good points. You don't know what you want at 23. You don't know who you are at 23. All of these things. He moves forward in life with an identity that is a Christian, conservative man's man, that takes care of his wife and all those things. And they're going through a divorce. So let's back up. Last time Steven Crowder, we talked about him on this podcast. He had turned down $25 million and was throwing a fit about it. 50 million and was throwing a fit about it.
Fucking crazy.
But in the 50 million, it was if you do anything that lessens the amount of money we're making, okay, you get what I'm saying? Then we're going to cut your pay. Well, at that time, he knew he was going through this divorce. So he knew once this divorce broke, his pay was going to go down. He knew his views were going to go down and everything else because he understands the substance of this divorce. So the way I understand it, and I haven't read a lot on it, but I have seen a lot about it. He comes out and he makes a video, goes public with his divorce, even though they had a court order that they weren't supposed to. And the reason why was because he's trying to get in front of this video that he knew was going to be released. And I don't know who released it. I don't know how it got released. And then she came out with a statement, and that statement's just, it's like, whoa. I mean, he bought a condo, moved out. She said he's the reason he decided to divorce me. I didn't decide to divorce him. He elected to have selective surgery which is actually a gender affirming surgery, which is the funniest part of the whole fucking thing, for his little concave
because he's
chest.
just real quick, he's a huge transphobe, and I know I use that word. He is literally spews vitriol and hate in his grifting conservative talk show. And he literally dresses up as a woman on that show every month. He loves it.
But he had to have gender
and Candace Owens questions his sexuality all the time.
But he's gender affirming that he's a male.
Gender affirming surgery. He had a concave chest, and he had to unconcave it, and apparently it can pop back, and it popped back on him and bruised his lung, and so he wasn't there for the birth of his twins, and he wasn't able to take care of them. But in the video that was dropped, she's 8 months pregnant, and we'll just roll tape. Let's watch my guy.
She's 8 months pregnant.
She's 8 months pregnant.
He is smoking a nice little gar.
Yeah.
In her face.
I love you. I love you very much.
Can y'all hear?
I don't love you. That's the big problem. I've never received love from you, and the fact is, when I go, look, I need an A, B, C, and D, just be disciplined about it, you go, no. But I love you more than life itself. Okay. Put on some gloves. No. But I love you more than life itself. That's not fair. It's not fair, and it's disingenuous.
Hold on.
Yeah, but we don't need this. I don't like this. I don't just raw footage. I just want the raw footage.
Yeah,
this spin version is whatever.
Yeah.
It's apparently they only have one car. I don't know why they only have one car. But all she's trying to do is go to the grocery store here. All she's trying to do is use the car to go to the grocery store here, and he won't let her use the car. And I'm like, Wow. Well, now this is a small window into their life, but apparently
do they have
went
other
in.
kids?
No, she's pregnant.
Well, is this her first one?
Twins.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So she's pregnant. Apparently they went inside and he put them hands on her, put them paws on her. Is that
On the
correct
lady
or is
8
that
months
not
pregnant?
correct?
I mean, he says watch it, and I mean,
He went inside and it
We
went
don't-
from
we
verbal
don't
to
know.
physical, but
We
we
don't
don't
know.
have a lot of information on that. But either way, all she wanted to do was use the car, and he is just being the same tool bag that he is on his little show to her. But we can get. You got the raw footage? Go to Twitter. It's way better on Twitter. The raw footage is phenomenal. What's up?
No, I just can't imagine like a mom that's carrying 2 babies being that asshole that wants to like just be a dick for no reason. Like, not to mention whatever he's doing while like whatever reason he's out. She's gonna how much help she's gonna need with 2 twins afterwards. Like, just doesn't seem like he gives a fuck about her at all
I
at
don't know
every
about
level.
that. I mean,
And I don't know anything about this.
well, it just gives God and religion a bad name. Gives God and religion a bad rap because everything that, I mean, his whole identity is tied up in being the perfect husband, waiting till marriage, doing all things the right way, and then he gets picked the wrong wife. Like, how would you? I think isn't that what he said?
well, so he says he picked the wrong woman, right? And this is the thing. I'm pulling. It's loading right now, but he is very much for like traditional marriage, traditional,
Yeah.
like she is the 8 months pregnant and she has to be the one. This whole fight was like giving the dogs like very like medicine that might harm a pregnant woman. He's like, put the gloves on and do your wifely duties. You say you love me, but you don't do your wifely duties.
Oh, so he didn't want to medicate the dogs.
He didn't want to walk the. He
didn't
told
wanna
her to go walk the dogs.
He was telling her to walk the dogs and medicate the dogs, and that's why she couldn't use the cars because she wouldn't do her wifely duties.
I drew a boundary. No, you just did it. I drew a boundary of abuse.
The video's pretty clear if you watch it.
Yeah.
What's going on, and you've seen these types of relationships.
I mean,
For
seems
sure.
like he's a piece of shit.
Oh, come on, Spoonie. Let's watch the video and then judge him. Don't take my word for it. Let's just roll the tape. Is he? Oh, he is calling. He's calling her abusive.
Steaks, wood pellets, my grill. I know it's an unreasonable request, but I'll go do it. How about you first? Hillary, how do you respect the man? Yes. How do you man? How do you man? Receive love and respect. No. How do you man? No, you're not taking the car.
Stephen,
You're not taking the car.
Stephen,
You are not
then I
taking
will
the car.
ask them to pick me up. Would you like me to ask?
Oh, that's right.
It's not about Stephen.
Get an Uber.
Getting an
Okay,
Uber
Steven, I
to his
can't-
8-month pregnant wife. He is a million. He is successful, wealthy,
Like, I
rich.
can't
Steven.
go. Listen to me. You want to walk out right now? Listen to me. I can't go to the gym. I can't go to my parents. I can't call my friends. I can't be home. You're gonna take the car and leave me here. Hillary, just think of how boxed in you've made me.
What do you need me to pick up? I'll get it. I'll be back when I'm back.
No, that doesn't work either. You'll be back.
That doesn't work either.
That either's
He
the
could
best
just
one.
go buy a new car. He could have one delivered.
No, but this is a tactic abusers use to
We understand that.
control
So,
you.
though. We understand separating them from people.
The only way out
Or-
of it is discipline and respect. It's the only way out of it, or we're at an impasse.
We are going to pass.
Good. Because you can't have any discipline or respect.
Stephen,
Yeah. There you go. You throw your hand. You give up so easily.
I don't give up, Stephen.
Hillary,
Stephen?
you give up so easily. I just said the only way out of this is discipline and respect. You said, then we're at an impasse.
Stephen, no, we are at
Discipline.
an impasse, okay?
Yeah,
I love you.
discipline. He
but
might need to
Stephen,
put her over his knee.
he's
Man, I can't. Oh my God.
Watch it.
sick.
Watch it.
Are you married, Ron?
Fucking watch it.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to let go. I'll get what you need me to get. And I need some space. We need to just talk and baby for a little bit, okay? I love you. I love you very much.
I don't love you. That's the big problem. I've never received love from you. And the fact is, when I go, look, I need you to
Girl, she gotta get out of there.
Oh, she is out of there. They're going through a divorce for a
But I
year.
love you more than life itself. Okay. Put on some
So
gloves.
Candace
No.
Owens
Well,
went
well,
and
well,
invited her
it's not
on
fair.
her show
It's not fair.
to talk
It's
about it.
disingenuous.
Well, but only after he went and talked shit about her. That's the part I did see.
Well, of course, it's
Like,
not.
he went after Candace Owens, saying she's the one that leaked this video.
Yeah, I
and
mean, they
Candace
hate
Owens
each
like,
other.
fuck you. She can come on my show now and tell her whole side.
Hold on, but here's the thing. Pause this, all this. There's only one way this video got out.
For sure.
Yeah.
Those actually could be two ways. Crowder
it's-
or the wife.
Yeah, it wasn't Crowder.
You don't think so?
Definitely not.
No way.
Well, I mean, you would think he'd be smart enough to delete this or not do this on camera. I don't know what.
What would your line of reasoning be for why he might have?
I mean,
All that.
The
Like,
only-
do you hear him gaslighting her, talking about she's the abuser?
Oh, you think he's so deluded that?
well, or there's 30
I think-
minutes before this where she was just like, she was right. I mean, you don't know what happened before this, but he looks like the abuser.
Off of outsider looking in, it's like, oh man, he's talking pretty aggressively. But if you just listen, if you look at a transcript, didn't hear the tone, I could 100% see how he's arguing his case that you're disingenuous, you're saying you do this or whatever, you're boxing me in.
Well, it's all context, Braxton, because right now, after he put out the video, he's all about, it's all about my children's safety and my children's physical safety. He keeps saying,
He's a clown. He's been a clown forever.
I'm just saying from like Corey's point, it's like if he is so deluded that it's like, see, look, it looks like she's the crazy one here, because he might truly believe that.
He might truly believe that, but
Objectively, he looks horrible. It is, if that's.
Well, but he's getting all this new attention now, and that might be all he cares about. I don't think it transfers into dollars for him. I think the problem is he's got this brand, this big Christian brand, and this isn't it. Guys like Sohill, are you Christian? Probably not.
hell yeah.
Okay.
No,
well,
I'm not.
But,
I'm sorry.
I mean, people that like traditional marriage roles and stuff like that, this is what people will point to. See, this is what traditional marriage role is. But this ain't it. This ain't the move. Right, Spoonie, you have a pretty traditional marriage, don't you?
I mean, I guess I don't think so. Not like my parents did. Like,
Well, I mean, your wife's at home with the kids.
Yeah, from that aspect, yes. But I think we very 50-50 on decisions and stuff like that, and I don't think that's really traditional. I think
Yeah, maybe, but I'm saying, like, I mean, your wife's at home with the kids. She's, you know what I mean?
that's correct.
You probably help cook a little bit, but not.
She does most of that.
Yeah, it's like, people will take your marriage and shit on it and say, this is why you don't need to do that because this is what it's like.
No,
when it's not like that.
Yeah, I would. I can't even imagine mentioning words like discipline around my wife. One, she'd laugh at me. Two,
Oh,
I can't even imagine pulling that because like you shouldn't be in a relationship where that's the case anyways. And maybe we don't know what happened before this if he's been abusive or it's grown over time or
Spoonie,
maybe
this
she's
is what our
abusing
marriage
him.
is
Who
like,
knows?
though.
Huh?
This is what our marriage is like.
Whose?
Mine and yours.
Yeah. But
I am Steven Crowder in our marriage.
Ours is a big gay marriage.
Yeah, so when
gaslights
I'm just like Spoonie. You got to be disciplined and respect and not misspeak. We're not doing that property. We're doing this property. You're like, yeah, you know what I mean. I just corrected.
If I knew what you meant, then we would be talking about that.
Yesterday I was like, he said something. He misspoke the property and he went to correct it before he could correct it. I was like, we're not working on that one. And he's like, I'm already correcting it, you asshole. And I'm like, all right, Spoonie, I'll back
No,
off.
I did correct it. I said, no, I meant this property. And he's like, God, you shouldn't misspeak. And I said, I already corrected myself, you asshole. Like, you don't have to be like that about everything.
And then the ring footage got released and we got canceled.
Like, just me crying on the porch, 8 months pregnant.
I think usually, it's not cool to dive into people's personal lives like this, but he made his brand. He's such a clown, like you said.
But this was his brand. His brand
Yeah.
was, I'm going to marry one woman and be married forever. His new brand better be, I'm a man whore, I'm slaying hoes. And so, you know what I mean? Because he's got, whoever isn't leaving him over this now is going to be there regardless of whatever. So he may as well go for the other 50% of the market. You know what I mean?
Him and Amy Schumer on their new life.
Yes.
I mean, he needs to disappear.
That would be the move if he hooked up with Amy Schumer.
Yes, he needs to go for market share in a different demographic now because, his the demographic he had is jumping off that ship fast, and the money's going to dry up.
I'm saying this with peace and love. He is not.
Which means you're not.
His wife. No, I'm
saying
really
this.
am.
I like him, but
no,
motherfucker.
his wife is never gonna make him hard. No woman you're saying is gonna do it for him. He's gonna be frustrated and angry. He is at the very least, very frustrated and confused man in terms of his sexuality.
Maybe, probably. Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
Maybe, but I don't know that enough about him.
I
Now,
mean-
I would love.
I mean, I'm just addressing you saying he needs to go slay. Like none of that.
No, he needs to go be a man whore. He needs to lean in hard to it, and he needs to become his new brand. He needs to be coaching young men like you on how to talk.
He could be the
women
what's
at the
that
bar.
dude's name? Andrew Tate. Like,
Yes,
he could be that guy.
He needs to be Andrew Tate now. He tried the other side. It wasn't good. Didn't work out for him. Now he needs to go be Andrew Tate.
It was the same side. Andrew Tate's just on the Islamic extreme side, and he's on the Christian extreme side. It's the same shit.
Yeah, but he needs to lean into the dark side. He needs to go to the dark side, lean in. Ron's judging me. Ron, what do you think? You don't know. You really don't know who Crowder is.
No, and he would also fit in my 90%. I'm not gonna judge him for that 10% that he lacks as a man.
Yeah, well, I'm not judging him either. I'm judging him for a full body of work. I've
Yeah.
watched him for
A decade.
I've just seen him. I've just seen his
celebrate
debates,
his
and
whole-
I've just seen his debates, and I've always thought the same thing every time I've watched him debate. He's just not very good. He's not very good at it, and it's a grift. It's an act.
The worst thing,
it's a
he's not
play.
funny.
It's not funny, and it's a play. It's
So
pretend.
he's a comedian, this guy? Or
He
yes,
thinks he
kind of.
is.
he's
But
supposed
that's why
comedy
you
for-
know he doesn't believe it, because he's not funny. Like, there's nothing genuine when he's doing those, like the poking and prodding, like, change my mind. Like,
Well, he
there's
got his ass. I saw one clip where he got his ass kicked somewhere. But the wife lives here in Dallas. That was in her release.
You need her on your podcast.
That's what we're talking about. Wanna
Reach
lie?
out to her. Reach out to her.
I mean, somebody. I don't even know
I
her
guarantee
name,
you,
but
2 degrees of separation, somebody can find her.
If anybody can get us in touch with Steven Crowder's wife, we want to know how the sex was. So we're gonna
how
find out.
impotent
Was
is
he a
he?
virgin when this thing started? What, you know what I mean? Was it weird and awkward? We want to dive in. We want to know all about it. We're not doing a typical podcast about all the divorce and all that. We don't care about that. We want to know.
Does he have erectile dysfunction?
Yes. Like, you know what I mean? What weird shit did he whisper in your ear? How weird did it get? That's what I want to know.
Oh my
It's just
God,
me.
that's
seems reasonable.
Probably isn't, but hey, it's whatever. You know what I mean? It's a brand thing. If you enjoyed this video, please, for the love of God, let us know in the comment section. Also, make sure you subscribe, hit that bell so you know every time a new one drops.